lies frozen snow swallowing the land. Wind slicing through the air like glass. In this relentless cold, every breath burns and every mistake could mean the end. Yet 3 men step forward armed only with courage, fire, and willpower. This is Catch and Cook Survival, where man stands alone against winter itself. On the frozen surface of a remote Canadian lake, Adam Stew, creator of the Outdoor YouTube channel. Adam Stew begins a brutal winter camping trip with his girlfriend Joelle and their dog Chester. Known for documenting real off-grid adventures, this time they face relentless winds over 50 miles per hour, and a challenge that nature refuses to make easy. The first thing you hear is the wind, a constant roar across an empty field of ice. Adam and Joelle drag their gear toward the center of the frozen lake, each step sinking slightly into snow packed hard by the storm. Temperatures plunge well below freezing, and the wind pushes them sideways as if trying to turn them back. They choose a spot and begin drilling anchors directly into the ice. Without them, the tent would vanish within seconds. The process takes longer than expected. Hands go numb before the first corner is even secured. When the final peg locks in, the shelter stands trembling but steady, a fragile line between comfort and chaos. Inside, the mood changes. The storm becomes a muffled echo against the nylon walls. They unpack their cots, light the heater, and finally breathe again.
Well, we're officially settled into the tent. It's nasty out there. This is easily the worst conditions I've ice fished in this year. It's bad.
And I agreed to come along.
Yep, you're a sucker. I don't know what those wind gusts are, but probably like 70 or 80 kilometers per hour. It's a lot.
Then in one careless moment, Adam drops a beer can straight down the fishing hole, a brief laugh breaking through the tension.
You put your beers right in the hole. It won't freeze, it won't sink, and it'll be the perfect temperature every time.
Hours pass. The lines remain still, the wind never stops. As daylight fades, they decide to cook dinner without the fish they hoped for. Eggs. Benedict replaces lake trout poached eggs, Canadian bacon and hollandaise sauce whipped carefully over a tiny gas stove. The scent of butter cuts through the cold air, and for a moment it feels like home.
Butter. Double pea meal. One egg is a little sad looking. We decided that these are going to be sandwiches, I think, right? Because we have these extra topped. And our sauce actually turned out really great. Nice and thick. Drizzle that on. A little dark from the...
Oh, that's nice. Oh, man.
I'm going the open-faced way. So good. I've never eaten eggs Benny with my hands before.
No.
The first for everything.
You're camping. What?
That's my sauce.
Night falls heavy. The 3 crawl into a double sleeping bag, Chester curled tightly between them. Outside gusts shake the tent, but inside warmth lingers.
All right, well, that's it for tonight. It's a cold, windy day, but I think we made the best of it. Hoping the fishing will be a little bit better tomorrow morning. We can eat those fish tacos because we don't have breakfast now. So we will see you guys in the morning or in the middle of the night if we get lucky with a bourbon. So good night.
Good night.
Good morning. Good morning, Chester.
By morning, the lake remains silent. No fish, no movement. They eat scrambled eggs and laugh about their failed fish tacos. Then as they prepare to pack up, a bell rings sharply through the wind. Adam rushes to the hole, pulling fast, and out of the black water rises a shimmering lake trout, the only one of the trip.
What are the odds, eh? Oh, wow. Nice. Wow. We should have waited. While we were eating breakfast, we got one.
5 minutes earlier, it would have been breakfast. Now it's victory. They smile, release the fish, and begin to pack proof that patience sometimes waits until the very last moment. Anchoring a tent on ice requires precision. Each screw must reach deep into the solid layer below the snow, locking the frame before wind pressure builds. Without those anchors, even a small gust can lift an entire shelter clean off the lake surface. A night of freezing wind, a single catch, and a memory carved in ice. Would you brave 50-mile winds for one perfect moment just to prove that nature still decides when you win? On the remote Alaskan coast, where icy fog rolls over black sand and waves crash against the driftwood shore, Luke from Outdoor Boys begins a 4-day solo survival challenge. His channel, known for bushcraft camping and family adventures, often features his kids, but this time he's completely alone. Armed with a kayak, a tarp, and the basics for survival, Luke steps into the wild to face Alaska on his own terms. He lands his kayak on an empty beach where the only sounds are gulls and the distant roar of the tide. Scattered across the sand are bones, feathers, and driftwood, reminders of how unforgiving this place can be. As he explores, Luke spots massive paw prints pressed deep into the sand. Bear tracks. It's a stark warning, even here solitude has eyes.
Well, I walked about 2 miles round trip down the beach looking for a spring or creek. Didn't find anything. Got about 4 liters of water, and that's enough for today and tomorrow, but probably not enough for all 4 days. But right now, I've got to focus on building a shelter. It's getting late.
Before nightfall, he builds a windbreak of stones, anchors his tarp, and lights a small fire.
All right, I got camp set up, and not a moment too soon. It's getting dark.
Dinner is simple, smoked salmon he prepared weeks ago, mixed with cheese, honey, and nuts. As darkness settles, his breath fogs the lens. The firelight flickers against the tarp while waves echo from beyond the dunes. He sets up a night camera just in case a bear wanders close. By dawn, frost covers the sand.
Oh, good morning. It's cold outside.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Well, before I get the fire started and I start cooking breakfast, I think I want to complete the fire ring.
Luke reinforces his fire pit, then heads down to fish the shoreline. His first catch of starfish is useless, and he releases it back to the tide. Realizing the sea holds more promise farther out, he drags his kayak to the water and lets the current pull him toward the open bay. The waves are rough and the water is barely 40 degrees. One wrong move and hypothermia could strike within minutes. Still, persistence pays off. Beneath steep cliffs, Luke hooks silver salmon and rockfish, his first true food of the trip.
I got the little baby silver. Won't fill me up, but he'll taste just fine. We'll keep him. Oh, look at this. Kelp greenling. Nice little kelp greenling. Oh, little baby kelp greenling. Oh. Another kelp greenling. Kelp greenling aren't horrible, but I like other fish better, and I think I'm going to catch something. Oh, yeah. That is what we want. There we go. Look at that black bass. Oh, we got a big one. We got a nice fish. Woo! Oh, look at that. I believe this is a copper rockfish. I'm gonna go ahead and put him back. You're only allowed to keep one of those per day.
Each cast feels heavier as cold seeps through his gloves, but the reward is worth it. Later, he finds a mountain stream and filters 7 liters of clear water, the first relief since day 1.
This is the best water filter system. It just pulls it through with gravity. I got 4 liters of drinking water and 3 liters I can filter later. Ah, that feels good to have water. I was stressing about that.
As night falls again, the campfire becomes his comfort and his kitchen. The fish sizzles in maple syrup and chili, the aroma cutting through the damp air.
There we go.
He eats slowly, staring into the flames, tired but calm. For Luke, it's not about conquering Alaska, it's about adapting to it.
I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Putting this stove in last night was the best idea ever. It's so toasty in here. All right.
On the final day, he paddles toward a glacier shrouded in fog. The ice groans like thunder, echoing through the bay.
Now it's hard to see with all this fog, but there's an enormous glacier falling into this lake somewhere over there. I just gotta see if I can find a way through all this ice. I gotta be careful going in between these icebergs. Some of these weigh more than buildings. And as the tide goes up and down, they're gonna shift and move around. This clear water can disappear, or worse yet, you can get squished in between two big icebergs. Ice that comes from the bottom of the glacier is super compressed and has that really cool blue color. The fog lifted and I can see the face of the glacier. The tide switches in about an hour and a half, and it's taken me 3 hours to get here, so I better get heading back.
Hours later, exhausted, he returns to camp and builds a clay oven. Mixing flour and ash, he bakes the last of his dough into golden bread, a small victory earned through 4 days of solitude, cold, and endurance. That clay oven works by trapping radiant heat inside its thick walls, allowing food to bake evenly with just coals and sand, a classic bushcraft design that turns survival into simple comfort. 4 days, one man, and the raw silence of Alaska. Luke's journey proves that surviving the wild is not about strength, it's about respect. If you had 4 days alone here, what would you do first? Subscribe to Catch and Cook Survival for more raw adventures from the edge of the world. In the icy city of Ilulissat, Greenland, Joe Hatab begins one of his coldest adventures yet. Known for his YouTube channel that documents travel and real human stories from around the world, Joe explores how people survive in Earth's harshest places. Here among icebergs and sub-zero winds, he joins the Inuit, a people who've lived for centuries by fishing beneath the frozen sea. Joe arrives in Ilulissat, where the sea and land blur into one endless field of white. The name itself means icebergs, and they rise around him like frozen mountains. From his cabin overlooking the bay, the cold air hums with the sound of cracking ice. He meets a local Inuit fisherman, a man who learned to hunt seals at age 6 and caught his first one by 10. Life here passes from father to son through stories, skill, and endurance. The fisherman shows Joe a whale's jawbone bleached and immense, a relic of survival carved by time.
You know, it's very solid.
The next morning, Joe joins the locals to prepare for a 2-day ice fishing trip. The temperature is expected to drop to 30 degrees Celsius. They wear traditional sealskin clothing, a necessity in the Arctic. Their journey begins on dog sleds, the only transport allowed in this UNESCO-protected wilderness.
مساحة كبيرة كلها كلاب هاسكي. أوه هذا فيش عنده مزح السريع. فكرتني بسيبيريا. تجمد. This is extreme.
For hours, they move through blinding snow until reaching the frozen bay.
لحتى نطلع السمك من تحت الجليد.
800 متر تحت الأرض بقول لك.
The fisherman explains that a line with over 100 baited hooks was dropped 3 days ago, sinking nearly 800 meters beneath the surface. Now it's time to pull it up.
هسه بقول لك راح تطلع كميات سمك هائلة. بقول لك أكثر من 100 كيلو من السمك راح يطلع هسه حاليا. هاي مقبرة سمك هون. كل ما تسحب تصير أثقل وأثقل. هذا السمك هون.
One by one, the hooks rise, each holding a halibut glistening under the weak Arctic sun. The catch grows quickly, over 100 kilograms of fish pulled from a single hole in the ice. Joe watches in awe as the Inuit work in silence, hands bare against the freezing wind. These are men who've lived with the ice their entire lives, where patience is survival.
What is coming now? Oh! Bismillah. Ayat al-rizq.
To the dogs.
Ah, these are the dogs?
Yeah.
Dogs loves fish?
Yeah, dogs will eat.
As the day ends, part of the fish is buried in snow, preserved for tomorrow. The rest is loaded onto sleds for the long journey home. At dusk, the dogs finally eat a ritual after every expedition. In this land, even rest is earned. The halibut thrive in the dark Arctic depths where the sea remains at sub-zero temperatures year-round. Inuit fishers have mastered this technique for centuries, using deep lines under the ice to gather enough food for families through months of darkness. In the frozen silence of Greenland, survival is both ancient and sacred. Joe's journey reveals a life shaped by patience, ice, and respect for nature. Would you dare to fish beneath the Arctic ice? In the heart of the storm, they found more than warmth, they found strength. Each flame lit, each meal earned was proof that the human spirit can outlast the cold. Subscribe to Catch and Cook Survival for more stories of endurance, courage, and survival in the world's harshest places.